Greetings, citizens of the digital omniverse. Oh my god, I'm so tired. End of day 2 of Sogen Con. And amongst the snack buying, friend making, hilarity ensuing panels that I went to, there was one bust. It was the Butler competition. I think they had some impromptu judges that didn't know quite exactly how to handle the rules that were given. The MC was great. Unfortunately, she had a less than stellar group of people to work with, so if they bring that back next year, I promise you that my Butler outfit will be in tip-top shape, and I shall show all you folks how it's done. Anyway, so there's, and I was at my first rave tonight. I'd never done any what's called stringing, which is taking the glow sticks on the string and twirling them around. I thought for sure I was going to hit somebody. In fact, I felt a little goofy in the beginning. It's like, what am I, a 30-something, very early 30-something year-old woman doing at this rave where there's like all these little teens and young people around, and they're just all dancing around like crazy and having a good old time, and the music was great too. Unfortunately, I have developed such a headache behind my right temple that all the wub-wubs is making my head go thump-thump. I had to skedoodle. I had to bail. So, unfortunately, I didn't catch Greg Ayers' set that he had sent in. So, unfortunately, Greg, sorry, dude. I was like, oh, man, I couldn't catch it. Two things. The minor thing was, get the props. I went on a spending spree today. I bought my very first kimono, and it is not a color I would have normally picked, but everyone was saying, oh, you look fantastic in that. And the obi, which is the belt that goes around the middle, is this perfect blue and goldenrod color. It is the Alliance colors. So yes, I have kind of an Alliance-styled kimono. I was like, yes, win. But me and my plushie addiction. I have a Yoshi. Actually, I am sending this little guy to someone very, very special, so we can hang him on his whiteboard in the back, so whenever the Yoshi remix song plays, dude, you can have Yoshi just hanging out in the back there. Since I'm a corgi lover, I love Cowboy Bebop. I don't want to take him out of the package, but it's an Ein. My dogs at home are not going to be using this for a chew toy. This is mine. I went to the dealer's hall and I saw this up on top of the stand and I went, eee! Gimme! Just immediate reaction. I just was zoned in on that. I didn't care what Eric had to tell me. I was just like, give me the plushie. And then this one, which was a really awesome find, again in the package from the same vendor. It's a Kilala from Inuyasha. Sango's companion who gets fired up literally and turns into a giant rideable flying critter, two-tailed cat demon. Love it, love her. So that was the one thing. That was the second big thing. Yeah, so we've got rave and plushies. And the biggest thing I am the most excited about, I attended a panel, Podcasting 101, with the guys from, I hadn't heard them before this time. They're from the Casual Core podcast, and they do a podcast about games they've been playing. They do interviews with people, and tie in video games or something like that with them. We got to talking about, I told them that I had my first audio setup, and I had my C01 U condenser mic, that I got from the early Mindflame raffle. I just got myself a Spider Shock mount and things like that. I was like, oh, she kind of knows a little bit about audio tech. I'm like, bare minimum. And got talking about, they asked me what I wanted to do with my blog, because I had mentioned it. It's like, well, you know what, there's so many things I want to do. It's kind of going to be a variety channel. There's no real solid set, scoot this a little bit, like path that I really want to take with it just yet. There's too many things I want to try out. So it's a bit of a variety channel. But one idea I had was twice a month, take some topic in the news or some happening, whatever thought that I really wanted to get out and discuss, pair it up with a wine that the name, the label, something, some back history, where it was made at, would tie into whatever topic I wanted to talk about. They happened to mention something about, if it was a political segment, something about the Republicans, and I said, well, South Dakota is a very Republican red state. We happen to make in one company here in South Dakota called Red Ass Rhubarb Wine. That, not as far as obviously we've got, the donkey thing, but just red ass. And so we're like, this is perfect. It struck a genius chord with them that I would do that. And they're like, where do we get this wine? So I told them, it's a South Dakota thing. Every grocery store, convenience store now has got a liquor, anything that's got a liquor license to sell these things. It's probably going to have a South Dakota wine specialty section. You'll probably be able to find it pretty easily. And if you can't find it at some store, somebody will be able to find it for you. And so they have now invited me on to their podcast, the Drunken podcast, in a couple of weeks. Oh my God. And I'm nervous. Actually, no. I am not nervous. I know it's going to be in a couple weeks. They're going to send me their topics they're going to talk about. I'm going to do my research, and I'm going to come prepared. Because we will start out completely sober, and by the end of it, everybody's going to have an empty bottle of wine, and we are going to be schnockered. And it's going to be great. The only problem I foresee is my darn dogs. I'm going to have to gate off the room, close the door, and say, honey, no one's coming down through to the lower level where my computer's at for the next 3 hours. You're just gonna have to go outside and go around and in the garage if you want to get to the backyard. I'm sorry. This is recording in session. There'll be a light blinking above the door, so that I'm excited about. You can find if you're interested in picking up maybe a new podcast. I know I just downloaded all of their podcasts they have up on iTunes, and you just look for the Casual Core Podcast. And it's a trio of guys, and I am looking forward to listening to that. I am going to plug in that into my car. I've got them downloaded on my iPod, and I am going to listen to those on the way home. I probably won't listen to all of it by the time I get home, but I will have a considerable amount already kind of tucked away in my brain, so I will be ready for that. Just random. Never met the guys before, hadn't even heard their podcast, but apparently I made that much of an impression on the guys that they want to have moi be their guest on their podcast, which I am so honored. And we exchanged Vistaprint business cards. We each had a box. We had our box ready to go. And so, yes, that's going to be a thing. That's going to happen, and I will let you guys know where you can download that and hear that later when that's all done, because it's not a live show. It's pre-recorded. So once that gets uploaded, I will let you guys know where it's at. But right now, it's really late. I have got a pulsing headache behind my right eye. I am ready for sleep. There are still about 3 panels I want to see tomorrow before I head out. Plus, I want to get together with my friend Nick. So tomorrow is going to be yet one more busy day before I am finally able to reach my destination of home and just try and soak all this in. I did finally get pictures of cosplayers today, and it also helped that they had the cosplay competition as well. But I got a bunch of pictures in the dealer hall, so it was a good day. So thank you guys for coming to hear me ramble on about my day, and I will keep you up to date on the podcast and everything else that's going on, and I promise you I will get that Japanese snacking video done. It's long overdue. I promise I will get that up. You guys can take a look at that. So, thank you. Mwah. Love all of you guys, and I will catch you later.